One of the criticisms of the old SQA was the fact that it was slow. Ken Muir referred to it as sometimes intransigent, not engaging with the teaching community, but slow to update national qualifications. What assurance have you had from the leadership at Qualifications Scotland that they are going to be swifter in developing and updating new qualifications, in particular to make sure they're in alignment with Curriculum for Excellence?
Absolutely. So I would agree with Mr Muir's observations, and in relation to engagement with the profession, I think some of it was pretty challenging, which led into the challenges, of course, that then were experienced during the pandemic. So the backdrop to the challenges in the pandemic don't just happen in a silo. I think we should be mindful of that backdrop that many teachers experienced prior to the pandemic in terms of engagement with the qualifications body. The wider point, I would say, relates to the work that is being led in relation to Education Scotland on the curriculum improvement cycle. So we mustn't divorce that from the overall approach to qualifications down. That's being led by the teaching profession. I attended a really helpful session actually in the summer recess in Glasgow with a number of teachers who've been engaged in leading that work, in leading qualifications reform, and the curriculum improvement cycle is, to Mr Rennie's point, the approach that we will have as a government to ensuring that our qualification system keeps up to date. And we know that in recent years it has not been at the cutting edge in relation to ensuring that our qualifications are updated and we respond to societal changes accordingly. So curriculum improvement cycle is the way in which we're going to have a cycle essentially of updating and changing our qualifications. That was a commitment that I made in the Chamber I think a number of years ago now, and it directly related to a recommendation that we had received from the OECD on exactly the point that Mr Rennie has raised today. So the work has been led by the curriculum improvement cycle that will help to inform the qualifications update that Education Scotland is leading, and I would also put on record the appointment that we have had of a secondary head teacher in the schools unit within Qualifications Scotland. To my mind, that approach is going to help improve engagement with the teaching profession. We have a bespoke approach to engagement with schools now that's being led by a secondary head teacher, and I think that's really important in sending a very clear message to the teaching profession, particularly the secondary teaching profession, that we know that engagement in the past has not been as it should be and that it will improve in relation to that engagement and how it's being led.